Hi everybody. So how many of you have low back problems or have had low back issues in your life? I don't think I'm alone in my experience of having tight low back muscles and a lot of instability. So when our back feels tight, our brains have taught us to go in and stretch. And from personal experience, I can tell you that that is not your best option. So today I have for you a beautiful sequence that addresses the body to help release low back tension. So what you're going to need is a bolster is helpful, but if you don't have a bolster, you can use a pillow. So this is my bolster. It's my favorite bolster. It's a hugger mugger. I don't get kickbacks from the company, but it's like the perfect size. It's rectangular, not too thick, so you could use a pillow would also work, or a folded blanket like this would also work. Okay, so those are the things you're going to need. So I'm going to show you how to come down to the floor and set yourself up. So we'll come off of our seat, move our blocks out of the way. We're going to have one blanket down for your spine. Okay, so from at least the tailbone to the back of the head. The second blanket is going to be for the neck, and the bolster is going to go at this space between the low back and the butt. All right, so you'll find that as you practice these, it gets a little bit easier to distinguish and figure out where you are in space. But when I'm first sitting on it, you'll see that I'm kind of like almost falling off, and I'm holding myself here. My feet are planted on the floor, and then I'm gonna lay over this bolster. Okay, so this is the best place to adjust the bolster. You see my feet are on the floor, and I can push into them and lift my hips up to move this bolster where I need it. So like I said, right now it's supporting my very low back muscles, tailbone, SI joints. And the first place we're gonna go is into a little bit of rotation. So I'm gonna walk my feet apart a few steps, take my arms out to the side, palms up, and notice how the elbows are way lower than the shoulders. I don't want to be all the way up here. We're looking to release tension, not add to it. My neck is long. Just close your eyes. Cultivate your breath. And when you're ready, you're going to allow the inhale to begin, and then the legs will move to the left for the length of the breath. The exhale brings you back through center. The inhale takes the legs to the right. The exhale brings them back. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale using the core to come back. Let's do 2 more rounds using your breath cycle, and feel the activation of the core on the exhale, returning you through center. Core activates, legs return. Last round. You might have different rotation from one side to the other. Don't worry. Now we'll walk our feet a step or so closer, and we're going to extend the legs out one at a time, which pulls my pelvis forward a little bit. So as you close your eyes here, if your back is in discomfort, like when you're watching this, don't extend the legs forward. Keep the knees bent for a little bit. But I want to show you the full sequence so that if the back is not irritated, you can bring the legs forward. So we've just taken the pelvis and we've anteriorly rotated it so that it's creating more arch in the lumbar spine. And if the back is really tight, that can be uncomfortable. So remember that if the back is hurting today, just keep the feet on the floor, the knees bent while we go through this part. So when my legs are relaxed, you'll notice that my femurs are a little externally rotated in their hips. So when I want to come back to the floor with my feet, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to bring my femurs from external to neutral. And you might find that one side is harder. For me, it's my left side. Then I'm going to think about core activation on my exhale. Inhale, drawing one knee toward my chest as I bring that foot to the floor. Then the other leg. Pause. So now my pelvis just returned back to its neutral position. So if I needed to make any adjustments with the bolster, this is the time to do it. So I want to pull it up just a tiny bit for my body. Okay, so we're going to contract the front line of the belly to bring the knees in. So I want you to prep your body for movement. You're going to bring the pubic bone towards your belly button and contract your front line abdominal cavity. That's going to pick the legs up and bring the knees in. Then we're just going to work with that movement. We're going to exhale, contract to bring the knees in. Inhale, release the contraction, the knees come away. Exhale, come in. Inhale, away. 3 more, and really feel the core doing this work for you. So sure, you could take your hands and yank, pull the knees in, but that's not as effective or helpful for your low back as this is. Your low back wants that flexion, but it's much more stable to do it with the core. Okay, so we'll do 5 of those. And then you're just going to settle in to where it feels comfortable. So I don't want the knees totally on my chest, and I don't want them so far away that my quads or hip flexors are getting involved. Okay, so here we go again. We're going to move the body with the pace of the breath. So on the inhale, it begins, the right leg extends. The exhale lowers the heel. Then left leg. The inhale begins to extend the leg. You'll notice I have a way different range of motion from one side. The exhale lowers the leg. So as I'm doing this, I'm making sure that I'm not inhaling a nice long breath and then flopping the leg down. I'm controlling the movement on the way up, and I'm controlling the movement on the way down. We're going to do 5 of these. You'll notice that my feet are not flexed right now. They're in a neutral position. So try to keep the feet pretty relaxed here. And please don't try to overdo it on the leg that's tighter. My left leg might forever be tighter, and that's fine. But my body is telling me to not go any further than where I'm going. This is the range of motion I can work with today. So after we do 5, we're going to pause. We got 1 more on my left. Find your breath and use it. Now we're going to go both legs up. So it's like your legs are going up an imaginary wall. And I like to plow here. So I'm using my front core, contracting it to bring my legs closer to my body. I'm maintaining control through the core as I bring my legs away. That's my range of motion. If I go any further away, my quads are going to get really involved, and I don't want that. So after I move for a little while, can I just be here? Make sure There is a tendency after you've been here for a while for the head to start to tip back. So just try to keep thinking about the chin coming towards your throat without any tension. Okay, so feel the back line. Now you're going to bring the hands to the outside of the thighs, and you're going to hold the outside of the thighs. My elbows are still on the ground. I don't want to be way up here or like this. So elbows down. All right. So we're going to go for a middle line opener. That's the adductors. So you're going to let the legs open up evenly, or as even as they can, into the support of the hands. So the beauty of using the hands is that if my left leg is tighter, which we've already established it is, I don't have to go as open as the right side. Breathe and notice. Help the legs in halfway. Bend the knees down toward the armpits and lower the heels. Now, I like to position my hands kind of here. So they're on the outside of the knees. You can go behind the thighs, or you can kind of go right behind the knees. So we're going to again move with breath. On the inhale, we're lifting the calves, the feet face the sky. 90 degrees or less in the bend. On the exhale, we lower the heels. The inhale, the feet go up. Exhale, control the lower down. 3 more. Turn back to your breath and feel your body breathing in tandem with the movement that you're doing. Then we're going to help the legs closer together. So we're going to feel our pelvic floor engage. So you can use that little trick. The pubis is coming, or the pubic bone is coming toward the belly button, just so small, but it will activate your pelvic floor. And that's what you're going to use to hook your right leg all the way on top of the left leg. So they call this bound eagle legs. All right. I am getting a lovely sensation on the outside of my right hip and glute, and a little bit in the IT band, all very good. A lot of times people will go right to yanking on their legs, but just see if you can be cool here, like work within a good range of motion. If you're holding the legs, the left hand would hold the right calf, and the right hand would hold the left calf. And it's like you're gently pulling the legs apart. I don't need any extra. We're making sure that this right hip is not spiraling up towards your right shoulder. It's staying nice and even. So that sensation alone brings more opening into this space. If you're holding the legs, I want you to stop holding and let them relax a little bit. Now find that pelvic floor engagement to unwind. Then you're going to take your hands to your knees. Now I'm just guiding my legs and knees apart, sacrum circles. So I pull them in gently, take them out gently, back together. My feet don't need to touch. I'm barely touching my knees here, but I like to have my hands on my knees because if I don't, my body is working too hard. So I just want this to be like a little nice, comfortable reset for your lumbar spine. So we'll do 5 in one direction, and then we switch direction for 5 more. The more you do this work, the more you're going to feel your own natural range of motion and what happens when you go past it. So when you feel those little achy, cranky spots, that's a good indicator. I can use my core to exhale my knees in closer, inhale away. Do those a few times if you need to. Okay, so now we're going to extend the right leg, gently point and flex through the foot and ankle for 3. And we're going to take 3 ankle circles in one direction, 3 in the other direction. Moving through my ankle, trying to stabilize my hip. Release right. Left comes up, point and flex for 3. Feel that calf. Don't overdo it. 3 ankle circles. Switch direction. And release. Relax and breathe. Both legs up. You can do the plowing if that feels good. And that's just really helpful if you're extremely tight. That can just help relax some of that tightness. Keep breathing into the back. Take the hands to the outside of the thighs. Open them up. Pull them in halfway. Knees bend toward the armpits. You could go back to the way we just did this, or you can take full happy baby pose, gently holding the heels or the calves or the ankles. The thighs are coming down, soles of the feet face the sky. Use your breath. Unwind the arms, lower the heels, bring the knees closer together. Activate the pelvic floor to hook the left leg all the way on top of the right. Make sure that the left hip is not spiraling up. It's staying in its position. If you're holding, the right hand would hold the left leg. And the left hand might hold the right leg. Use your breath. Relax any tension in your jaw. If you're holding the legs, release the hold first. Activate the core to unwind. Then we're going to slowly draw the knees in toward the chest and away from the chest with core control. Now, we're going to take the hands to the bolster, pillow, or blanket, and you're going to try to slowly push the bolster out. So you can take your time on this, and we're trying to lengthen through the lumbar spine, adding traction. So when you when you get to the point where the bolster is just barely holding your pelvis from dropping down, you're going to feel your deep core line gluing you to the floor on both sides. And then you can continue to push, bringing the bolster as far as you can push it. Take the feet down to the bolster. Extend the legs so that they're over the bolster. Push into the backs of the thighs to lift your butt up. Set it down. Do a little gentle rocking. And then allow yourself maybe a few minutes here in your Shavasana position before making your way up. And when you do come up, making sure the femurs come to neutral, 1 foot to the bolster at a time. Push that out of the way. Feet to the floor. You're going to roll to your side. Bottom arm comes down to support the neck. The top arm is going to push the floor away, bringing you into a comfortable seat for your quick check-in. And I hope that helped your back feel better. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.